Germans would fire the 88s.
When the American troops and tanks were about 12 miles away.
To our young minds, dying in those days seemed an easy way out.
As far as you could see, ships everywhere.
The first 3 days I had no sleep at all.
The wailing sound of the air raid sirens pierces the air.
What I was fighting was entitled prejudice.
I still awaken sometimes at night.
Took a streetcar to the area in Warsaw I seldom have seen before.
I could tell the war was getting worse.
He was my sergeant, my buddy. I was his gunner.
We'll fight this war.
My name is Saul Golan. The German army invaded Poland on Friday, September 1st, 1939. On the sixth day of warfare, the German Air Force dropped 2 bombs on my birthplace, Radom. One hitting in our yard, causing heavy damage, impacting the surrounding houses to tilt, including ours. At the time of the bombing, my father was chopping wood approximately 100 yards from the explosion. Miraculously, he survived the impact. The second bomb dropped into a neighboring housing complex, killing 32 people. I worked forced labor for a German construction company, Hoch and Tief, High and Deep, in Volanov, 5 miles from Radom. I was able to come home to be together with my family and sleep overnight in the ghetto. On August 17, 1942, the Nazi Special Commando surrounded the ghetto at Radom. The Jews, including my beloved mother and my youngest sister, were terrorized by brutal treatments and killings, forced to abandon their homes with other members of my family and relatives. All the panic-stricken people marched to the railroad station, herded, and packed like a flock of sheep destined for the death camp of Treblinka, to be gassed and slaughtered and exterminated. The Nazis followed the order of the final solution to liquidate the remaining Jews. In July of 1944, an order came from the SS commander of the camp to assemble the prisoners for a roll call. At first, they were looking for volunteers to dismantle machinery and equipment at the armament plant. I stepped forward with some other prisoners, but it wasn't enough to do the job. The SS guards started to pick people to take us back to the armament plant for work. But I didn't have any intention to work. Instead, me and a fellow by the name of Tuchman found a hiding place in a pocket of a drop ceiling, and observing from the top down the SS guards with dogs running wild, searching for the missing escapees. The morning after the escape, my partner and I stopped in a village near the Jewish cemetery to look for food. We were invited to a house, and a woman treated us with bread. After we left the house, we were surrounded by a group of 6 Polish youngsters. Forcefully, wanting to take us to the German police for a reward of catching Jews. Fortunately, a passerby stopped with his bike. He said to them, "Hey guys, let them go. They have the same blood as you. They are human beings." The youngsters obliged and let us go. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for the 6 million Jewish people who have been annihilated, tortured, and gassed in the Nazi death camps for the crime only of being Jewish. No grave with inscribed names or ages was left for those 6 million Jews. As a Holocaust survivor, being a witness, the message to the civilized world is to remember and not to forget, never again.
My name is Laurel Lebs. In the fall of 1944, I was 22 years old. My husband Bob was also 22, and our baby daughter Jenny was 6 months old. After 14 months of Far Eastern specialized Army training at Stanford University, Bob and his classmates were sent 2 by 2 to infantry divisions. After 2 months of training in Indiana, Bob was given a 2-week furlough. We knew that meant the 106th Division was about to leave for Europe, where the German army was weakening but not giving up. So saying goodbye was harder for me this time. My memories of that period, April 1944 to December 1945, include writing letters, looking for letters, and waiting for the war to be over. As I waited for mail that did not come in October, I put together Bob's Christmas boxes, which the post office said to send by October 15th. In November, I received 3 letters from Bob, written in England, and then nothing. December, too, was without letters. I could tell the war was getting worse by the number of brief articles on the lower half of page 1 in the Evening Lincoln Journal, headlined "Missing in Action" and "Killed in Action." My definition of a good day was one where the newspaper did not include the name of Robert Lebs. The news of the Battle of the Bulge reached the newspapers while I was still waiting for a letter. The report that the 106th Division had been decimated by the German offensive made my fears all the greater. I continued to write and mail a letter to Bob every day. And then on a dark, cold January 15th, I made the trip to the mailbox in the street and found a letter addressed to me in my husband's handwriting. I shouted to the neighbor who had just picked up her mail, "Mrs. Mason, I have a letter from Bob." The letter was dated December 29th. Dear Laurel and Jenny, very belated Christmas greetings to you from France. What is at least as important as the greetings, though, this is to tell you that I'm still alive and well after my first weeks of frontline combat experience. In fact, I would be able to compose a pretty lively account of the past month if censorship regulations didn't interfere. My division joined the 1st Army and went into the lines in time to be rather thoroughly involved in the Germans' present all-out attack. And during the days that followed, I was not only copiously baptized under fire, but I tramped over a goodly portion of Belgium, especially through wet portions with little chance for resting my feet or removing my shoes. As a result of this abuse, I ended up the day before Christmas in a Belgian hospital with a mild case of trench foot. That mild case meant that Bob was hospitalized in Belgium, France, and finally England, and then assigned to limited duty in Germany till November 1945. His arrival home on Christmas Eve made a family story retold every Christmas. Did he ever get the Christmas packages I mailed in October? He did in May. Paperback books, a can of hard candy, and dried figs made it okay, but chocolates were smashed as thin as their boxes and were inedible.
When after Pearl Harbor, without questioning anybody or anything like this, and they rounded us all up and put us into camps. And this is how our evacuation got started. From there, we went to Poston, Arizona. They called them relocation camp, I called them concentration camps. And I was quite aggravated because of the fact I figure myself as an American. And I haven't done anything, and how can they treat me like I was an enemy? And this is when they came around and asked for volunteers to form the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, which was going to be an all Japanese-American combat team. I was so surprised that almost everybody was for volunteering. I volunteered too. And with us, it was, well, we've got to prove to the United States people that we are just as much Americans as they are, if not more. When we were in France and the Vosges Forest, that was one of the most hellish place you can fight a war. When the Germans would fire the 88s, they fired it into the trees, and you get that tree burst that comes straight down at us. And we had taken quite a beating. Like the company I was with, we ended up by having 17 people. So they immediately took us out of line, and the 36th Division came in and replaced us. One of the units got surrounded by the Germans. So we were immediately called back to go in and try to rescue them. When we went in, we had something like almost 300 men. When we finally made the rescue, we had 17 men left. The 36th Division has never forgotten this. They couldn't understand how a small group like us was able to get through and make the rescue when they still had 3 times the amount of men we had and they couldn't move. We would take that extra chance where somebody else wouldn't. And this is the reason why we got through. We were sent back to Italy again, but our artillery, they were the ones that went into Germany. They were the first ones to reach Dachau, the concentration camp of Jews. And that is in the history books. The Japanese Americans coming into Dachau and rescuing all of them. A lot of those guys who were in the 522, their parents are in a concentration camp in the United States, but they have to go over to Europe and rescue the Jews that are in concentration camps. You know, that's something I think everybody should think about. And Truman took over. We immediately got a Congressional Medal of Honor for one of our men. And President Truman turned around and gave a speech on how great of an outfit we were.
You fought not only the enemy, but you fought prejudice, and you've won. Keep up that fight, and we'll continue to win.
And he pinned a special medal on our flag. Can you imagine the pride everybody must have felt? That makes me feel like I'm a special American.
Do you think maybe you could spare up $1? Sorry. Maybe a dollar. Okay. What do you say? Yeah. Just a couple bucks. That's all. Hey, baby. Oh, wait. Where you going? Where you going? Asshole.
Does it look nice? Can you help me find a matching dress?
Yeah.
Let me try it. I'll be right back. Sorry, I just had to have this one too.
Yes, please.
How much?
$100.
Here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Hey, miss, I could eat it like for $1. Thank you. Hey, look at my new hat.
This has nothing to do with you! Ah! Ah! Sue? Okay, something's going down. I'm going in.
No, we need to wait for backup.
I don't think so. Touch that!
I guess the feeling of the box brought you here, huh? It's ticking. You activated it. Did you think you can screw with me? No. And I'll kill you!
Whatever is in the box was special. None of your concern. You aren't going far with this.
Shut the hell up! That's how I hit him.
Okay, you go that way, I'll go this way.
You protocol. We gave you your daughter for a week for the key.
You got the key. My job is done here.
Oh no. Your job is just beginning.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're gonna take this creep to the convention center at 7 o'clock. That's just 45 minutes from now.
Now I see where this is going.
Shut up! If you fail me, not only will you die, but I will take your daughter and cut her into little pieces and feed her to my dogs! No!
Hold it right there. I will splatter your brain bucket all over this place. And I'm gonna do it just for fun.
Freeze! FBI!
What the hell is this?
Drop your weapons, and no one gets hurt.
Freeze, FBI.
I cannot believe you blew $40,000 in one night and then still think to strike big time in Vegas.
I didn't.
Just do as I told you.
Checkmate. I'm the greatest.
Not from what I remember.
You know and understand that I have no more money for you?
You act like I'm asking you for charity. You know what? Let's settle this today so I don't have to keep coming back every 3 weeks.
What settlement? I've already given you more than enough money.
I don't want money. Give me my share in the property.
That doesn't sound like you. That's Carol talking.
You keep Carol out of this.
All right, Mr. Big Shot. Here is the deal. You win a game and I give you a share. You know, you should act like a knight. Make your place in life.
A knight has to bow to a bishop.
You move the piece you touch, you are breaking the rules. I still don't get what you see in her. You are a puppet.
Shut up, man. I don't know shit. You know a rook can travel any night.
What are you doing? You are breaking the rules again. Your life is already in drains because of her.
Check.
Don't you understand that she is using you for the money?
Stop.
She sleeps with whoever has the money.
I said stop, or
what? What you gonna do?
come on, hurry up. We are getting late.
The Kirsch Center for Environmental Studies provides continuing evidence of the De Anza College commitment to energy conservation and green technologies. It is an outstanding model of a sustainable green building in the California Community College system. All classrooms, offices, and workspaces in the Kirsch make extensive use of natural light. Daylight, when compared to fluorescent light, has been acknowledged to enhance learning as well as save energy. Light shelves on the south side windows bounce more light into the rooms, providing better illumination than that provided by standard windows alone. On the bottom floor, you will find the John Muir Institute of Natural Sciences, a biodiversity program lab that highlights native species and key ecosystems of California and the Americas. The Kirsch Building is actually used as part of the degree study program, providing instant access to students wanting to study energy-efficient building design. The west wing of the building has radiant heat. Hot water is sent through pipes located under the floor, providing comfortable and energy-efficient heat to all occupants. The east wing has a raised floor for gentle air distribution and flexibility. The building's orientation to the sun and its interior layout makes the Kirsch even more energy efficient. That efficiency is enhanced by the roof-mounted passive solar panels. Outdoors, California native plants are used for beauty as well as efficiency. Bioswale, a common native grass, is found on the east and southeast sections of the building, where it helps in water conservation as well as in controlling water runoff. The Cheeseman Environmental Study Area showcases more than 400 species of native plants and many of California's native plant communities. De Anza College offers an associate degree in environmental studies, as well as certificate programs. When visiting De Anza, be sure to see the Kirsch Center for Environmental Studies. Fly fly through the cosmos and observe the spectacular night sky in one of the most sophisticated planetariums in Northern California, the Fujitsu Planetarium at De Anza College. Fiber optic star projector, the only one of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, immerses the viewer in space, creating an astonishing journey. In addition to the star projector, De Anza's Fujitsu Planetarium features 3D video projection and surround sound, transporting the viewer on a multimedia journey through galaxies, around planets, and past star clusters and black holes as we travel from and toward our home planet, Earth. Planetarium shows are about 1 hour in length and include The Sky Tonight, an interactive tour of the current night sky, presented live by our staff astronomer. Fujitsu Planetarium offers regular school field trips for kids of all ages. For the adult audiences, the planetarium also offers eye-popping laser light shows set to popular music. Come visit the Fujitsu Planetarium at De Anza College. It's an experience you won't forget.